you notice we're not in Coach's office this time around. We're here in a different location. We're here in the locker room of the Greenwood Gators boys basketball team. Per his permission, by the way, did not just randomly go in. But even though it's a new destination, it's a new game plan with Head Coach Will McCoy. So the Greenwood Gators boys basketball team, coach, tough one at Grayson County. I know that it was a game. I know that deep down, I know you guys felt like y'all should have won that game.
Yeah, I do. We won almost every category on paper. We had almost 10 more assists. We out rebounded them. We actually shot a better percentage from the field and everywhere except 3-point land, of course. So them hitting 14 threes, and a senior had a senior moment on senior night with the Bratcher kid hitting 8 threes. He had hit 10 on the year going into Tuesday. So sometimes that stuff happens. You know, we found a way to get back into the game, take the lead in the game. We came back and forth there, and then we just kind of had a pretty poor possession there that mattered a lot late to tie it up. And then we got a great look. Nick got 4 or 5 feet from the rim, pulled up, and shot that we know he's going to make 8 out of 10 times. It didn't fall, and it just didn't swing our way, man. So it was a tough one against a really good team at a really tough place to play. But I think that, again, I still think we were playing the right way. We just didn't come out on the right side.
Yeah, I know the last couple of games, even though I know some point you said that you're going to have to win one of those games out of the 3, because I know the schedule was grueling with Davis, South, and Grayson. But as a coach, I know obviously you don't want to go have a losing record in that span, but at least getting one of those has to be a win too.
Good, a lot better than being 0-3, which could have easily happened against 3 teams that solid. So,
Let's go ahead and transition to the next part of the game plan with Head Coach Will McCoy of the Greenwood Gators boys basketball team. Senior night here at Greenwood High School. You guys are taking on Allen County-Scottsville, the Patriots, and obviously not having the season that they want to under first-year head coach Jeremy Garrett. But I know we talked about it on the post-game show on Tuesday, but how important is it for this team not to overlook?
Yeah, super. We just watched them. I've watched them some this week, and the guys just watched them with our staff. They play crazy hard. We watched a 10-minute segment of them hitting the floor 3 or 4 times and crashing the glass hard, and really their motors don't stop. So you aren't allowed to step into games like that and just go through the motions, or things won't go your way. And their record isn't what I know they won, but they've had some good wins. I mean, they really have. They've won some games, and they've been in some games that I think that a lot of people might overlook. They played Warren East at 4 or 5 points over there about a month ago in a district game. So we can't just show up and expect them to hand it to us on silver platter. It's senior night, and we need to honor these seniors the right way by playing the right way and getting a good, hard-fought team victory.
What has impressed with you with Coach Garrett and the way that he has coached this ACS team? Because the first time I went to broadcast a game, though, he's a very energetic guy and who knows how to get the most out of his players.
Yeah, I think they feed off that. You know, he definitely works the sideline hard, and a very animated guy. And, you know, it seems to fit their kids and their school. He seems to be doing what he feels like their school needs. So, been impressed with that. And Coach Napier, the guy that was there prior, was a great guy, and also I thought was doing a fine job. He was just ready for a break, and they had a couple tough seasons with a lot of young players, and some of those guys are now sophomores, juniors, and obviously getting Kyler Pettigo to come over there was pretty big for them. He's a really dynamic scorer and a guy that can get going. He's put up 40 once and in the 30s a couple times. So, you know, you just got to be ready for them to come out. And this is probably, I'm going to assume, a big game for them. Anytime a region team plays any team from our district, they seem to be really up for that game. So we got to make sure that we match that.
Yeah, it's going to be very important because I know you mentioned Pettigo, but is there any other key guys that you guys need to be aware of for ACS that could get you in trouble?
Yeah, the Morris kid for them, he didn't play last year. He played the year before. He's a legit football body. Dude is jacked. He's huge. He's thick. moves way better than he would look when you see him walk in the gym. He's got great feet, great hands. He's hit over 23s this year as well, which shocked me when I was looking at their stats. He's a guy you got to be careful with. We've actually struggled a little bit with undersized post players that have been really broad. So that's something that concerns me a little bit, that Landon and Ajari gotta have their hard hats on for that one. And Asher will start out on him, with us starting Tyler tomorrow for senior night. So those guys got to do a good job on him, because he can play. He's averaging, I think, about 12 a game, so he's shown he can do it. I think he had a game high 24-25 Tuesday against Russellville. So
yeah. So a couple more questions here for Head Coach Will McCoy of the Greenwood Gators boys basketball team, and Coach, 5 seniors: Tyler Reiter, Nick Simpson, Garrett Hatcher, Asher, Pettus, and there's one more.
Ryan
Troutman.
Yep.
Those guys have no doubt been a key part of this team, and pretty much throughout their whole 4 years. Some probably have only been here for a few years, but how much of those 5 seniors as a coach have meant to you in your coaching career?
A lot, man, and I've been trying to not think about it a lot. We're going to miss those guys so much. They just mean a ton to us. They have been incredible to me. They've been incredible for our school. They are such great role models on and off the floor for these younger players that we're excited about coming up the rankings. And we're going to miss them. We're going to miss them tremendously. I'm going to miss seeing them every day. I love talking to them during the school day. They're just good guys. That's what I tell everybody is I would argue with anybody, we just have the best kids. I know I'm supposed to think that way, but I genuinely feel that way. They're just good-hearted dudes that they're true to themselves, no matter if they're around a teacher, or they're kind to other students in the hallway. I just really enjoy them, and going to miss them. Really want to send them out the right way, and I think the only right way to send them out is to finish this year extremely strong and try to get them across town over where the big red towel's waving. So
there you go. And final question for you: what's going to be the keys to victory against ACS?
Yeah, so rebounding. I think what lost us the game Tuesday was the offensive rebounds we gave up late in that fourth quarter to Grayson County, when we had it at 2 possessions and gave them 2 or 3 shots per possession at it, and they were able to keep chipping away and keeping it a single possession game. We gotta fix that, because the next Friday and the next few games, they have teams that crash hard. I think we can get in transition against them. They don't seem to like to run as much as we do. They have a couple really good athletes in Ross and Pettigo, but I still think that we can rebound and really get out ahead and get in transition where we have a couple guys that they're absolutely at their best. And then I mentioned earlier, we have to set the energy. It can't be me fighting energy and effort to match what they're going to bring when they come play us. We've got to challenge them to try to play as hard as we're playing. And I think if we do those things, then we can send these 5 guys out the right way.
Yep. That's Head Coach Will McCoy of the Greenwood Gators boys basketball team head coach joining us. And Coach, appreciate you taking the time as always, and best of luck to you all against ACS. Should be a good one.
Yes, it should. Thanks, Tyler.
We'll be back with more on the pregame show on the Sporting Times Broadcast Network.